To start off with you guys kind of just introducing yourselves, if you would like. I'm sure most people would know, but for just anyone who probably hasn't quite got the full story.
Yeah, sure. I can go first. Hey, I am Clowfoe. I'm the director of Versus Imposter versions 1 through Updog, and yeah, I'm happy to be on this interview.
I'm EthantheDoodler. I'm one of the main musicians and artists for Updog since V3 through Updog right now.
Awesome.
I do a lot of concepting and cool
Hell
stuff.
yeah. Okay, so my first question is not usually a typical thing, but I wanted to just start off with kind of like a general, like kind of census of how you guys kind of came to where you are. So my first question was, how did you guys get introduced to FNF, and was it a positive or negative experience?
I got introduced to FNF back in around November 2020. It was when only week 2 was out, and the server I was hanging out in, someone sent a link to like gameplay of FNF, but it had this purple guy over Daddy Dearest mod.
Oh my god.
That was my first ever thing I saw, and I was interested immediately because, I was like, oh, that's cool. You can mod this. And so I downloaded it, and then every time an update would come out, I was on top of it since then.
Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing, man. So obviously I would assume that's a positive experience for you.
Oh yeah.
Ethan, same question.
I think it was kind of like similar, but like the only similar thing is like I got introduced through week 2. I think I just saw FNF like on like a YouTube recommended, and I kind of just like I played on my Windows 7. Like I tried to play it on Newgrounds on like my old Windows 7 computer, and it was really bad. I had to sneak onto my brother's computer to actually like play it like normally. And the first thing for modding was kind of just me like drawing over the Daddy Dearest spreadsheet. It's Paint, just seeing how that would work.
Oh, I saw nice.
How easy it was to access the game files and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that like I didn't go into like a whole modding scene. I think I only joined like the Twitter for like, just to see if people like the game or whatever. I don't know. It was just, that's my first introduction to it. I think it was pretty positive.
Yeah, that sounds pretty positive. I got first introduced to FNF actually probably like when it was like when the full ass game came out. I forget what the actual name is, so correct me if I'm wrong. But it was like up to the week 7 update, I believe. But my next question, this one's actually for Clowfoe specifically. I'm not sure if it fully pertains to you, but I just put down, what made you want to get into modding FNF?
I came from a modding community before FNF. I was part of the Mario 64 modding community.
Oh,
and
okay.
So a group of friends from the Mario 64 modding community wanted to make an FNF mod, because FNF mods started becoming a thing. Like Witty had just come out. Mods were just becoming a thing. And so we wanted to make our own mod, and we had a friend called Jeff-tastic, and we were going to make up like a full week mod versus him. It was going to be called Versus Jeff-tastic. And then you probably know the story, but we wanted to make a little April Fool's joke version of Versus Jeff-tastic to release in our Discord. And instead of Versus Jeff-tastic, when you download it, it's Versus Imposter from Among Us, because in 2021, that's hilarious.
Yes.
So we made that, and we low-key never made Versus Jeff-tastic after it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I now have a question for Ethan, more specifically. What made you want to get into composing FNF music?
Well, I think it was just my entire interest. Like, I was already doing like, it's probably way before I know FNF music. I think I just I I just tried downloading like Trial FL because I was only doing art, but you know, I just wanted to see because I was already experiencing like messing around in GarageBand or Beatbox or whatever. It's like an online like music thing, but it's like very chiptunish, and I haven't used it in a good bit. But I think it was just me experienced with like 2, I guess, digital audio workstations, and I just tried FL because I think I saw that Beat Panther did stuff in it. I was just like, okay, maybe this is like the most easiest to probably, or like the one thing I can actually download because everything else kind of looks maybe cheap, or it's just like I won't be able to save it for Netflix.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, BB Panzer was huge back then, for sure. Yeah. My next question was, what was the original intention of making Versus Imposter? That's the first one, and then just follow up. So I'll let you answer that bit first.
I guess following off of my answer to the last question, it was originally just a joke that we put out really quick. And I remember it was originally not even for Game Banana. Again, it was just for our Discord, like our Versus Jefftastic Discord. So it was a pretty niche like group of people. We released it and they really liked it. Everyone really liked it. They thought it was great and it was funny. So we decided to put it up on Game Banana on like a whim. And then all of a sudden there was so much attention on it, and we were like, oh my god. So we immediately, like I remember we started this the day after. We were like, you know what, we can make this look nicer. So then we started on V2. And then it kind of lost like it being a joke after that, because V2 we wanted to look good. It still looks good in the end, but we did V2, and then after that immediately we were like, okay, let's do a V3, and then here we are today.
Yeah, the rest is history. Definitely. The follow-up to that was, has the original intention changed since then? But I think you pretty much answered that. So, but like, what do you think it has changed into, like, in your perspective?
It's interesting because, again, it was originally a joke, and then we had this weird full circle loop around for a bit where V5 was the last version for a while before we brought it back, and that was also an April Fool's joke just 3 years later. It was like a whole weird, oh my god, full circle. But I do think, I don't really know how I would describe the intent. It's weird. We just all like, we all just have this like love for the mod. It's all out of passion. It's a passion project, I guess. That's what the intention would be now compared to before.
Yeah, I could definitely see the amount of dedicated work that was put into it, just from the art to the music to the UI. I'm blown away as much as everyone else is, for sure. But yeah, no, I definitely see why you would say that, for sure. My next question. So, a lot of people probably were, well, like at the time, I just want to travel back in time a bit to when, like, before Updog was even like considered, like when it was the April Fool's update, and like you guys were like, you know what, we're just like, we're done, we're gonna go on, move on from other projects, which is what relates to my next question. Like, what prompted you to continue updating what we now call Legacy for the Versus Imposter mod?
And this, I'm speaking for myself, but I also feel like this sentiment like it applies to a lot of the other developers. But obviously, Versus Imposter V4, I'm always proud of what we managed to put out, especially like first day of 2023. It's basically a 2022 mod. Whenever people call it a 2023 mod, I always forget because we worked on that all 2022. Yeah. But it's like it was rough around the edges. We had the delay, and we squeezed a lot in the last few days. It was unoptimized, it was rough around the edges. So in my heart, I've always wanted to go back to Imposter. Even after April Fool's, when we said we were done, later in 2023, something similar to Legacy. It was called Versus Imposter Plus, was started by me and Lago. And we tried to do like an expanded just port with better optimization. And then a year later, another one of that happened. And then finally, a year later, we tried it again. And we finally got it. Like, we've always wanted to go back and touch it up. It's just the stars didn't align for it to happen yet. And I think with Updog happening at the same time, where we're able to not just like, because the issue with Legacy is you don't want to just I want to preserve what the original was, so I didn't want to change it too much. But so then having Updog, where we can go back to the original ideas and do whatever we want with it, and then having Legacy, where it's the old version but nice and cleaned up. It's great.
Yeah, no, that is really awesome. Do you have any thoughts to add on that, Ethan?
I had a whole thing where like, I didn't do a lot of Imposter stuff for like a whole year, like after the release. So I only started tapping back into stuff like during because I like during even like Updog development, because we're gonna have to do it. We're doing like it's a whole rewrite basically too. Even though it has like we're trying to just make it everything like more like consistent story wise and like at least make sense, like even like little extra things they tie into like a story or like do something fun to make it like I don't know, but I was tapped out for like a good year, so I think Updog is like a good direction now. We're saving it.
Yeah.
Before it had some story, but you know, a lot of stuff got like there was like intended endings for stuff, kind of like what happened with week 1. I think week 1 is probably the most like complete, because it has like a whole ending cutscene as well.
Yeah.
And I think Maroon kind of had that, but I think everything else also, it's just like everything kind of just ends abruptly, or just like a normal FNF week.
Yeah.
Back then, the standards of just FNF week, where it was just it just ended at the 3rd song, because it's not like any crazy events happen on screen. It made more sense with like transitions to other songs, but you know, a lot of unfinished stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say I did remember the unfinished finale cutscene. I remember seeing that when it first was when Clowfoe showed it, or I forget who did. But I was astonished by the cutscene, because it definitely showed a lot of like, again, passion. And Clowfoe, I know that and both Ethan, you mentioned how the story goes, but I did want to touch on I know you've mentioned this to me and probably so many others over many various different medias, but you mentioned about Lagos Week during development. What happened to it for the sake of legacy, for anyone who doesn't know?
Well, okay, so we knew we were putting the JADS Week in Legacy because it was only available in V5, which is in Kane Engine. It's a whole hassle to get to it, and it's got great songs. And Lagos Halloween kind of gets updates on its own. Like right now, there's the whole Lagos Halloween DX Plus, which is this whole mod. It has more than just the 2 songs. It has a whole little menu. It has a bunch of little things in it. And so I was thinking, like, okay, do we port it? How, like, porting the whole Lagos Halloween DX Plus in kind of wouldn't make sense, because it's its own like mod now. So because it's its own mod that's also hosted on the Impostor website, we just put the JADS Week in the place of where the V4 Lago Week was.
Yeah, and I had no, like, I didn't think it was because, like, oh, there was something in between the dev team.
No, we hate that guy, Lago.
Well, no, he's like,
we can't.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's one of the coders.
Yeah, he kind of does a lot of stuff. He does art and he does programming.
My next question was, and I'm pretty sure you did answer this a little bit in a previous one, but what prompted you, Clowfoe, to do the Updog reboot for versus Imposter?
In a kind of similar manner to how Legacy works, where it's like, hey, I want to go back and polish this up. It's a, hey, I want to go back and, hey, if we did this now, what would it be? Like, and
with our current powers.
Exactly, because I feel like everyone on the team has gotten so much better at everything they do. That
100%. I have to agree with you on that.
We could just make it 3 times better than we did before. So for a while, we were trying to come up with ideas like, let's bring it back. And the Updog server, if I look at it right now, actually, I can check when it was made. The date it was made. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it says made. The server was made in May 2023, which is a long time ago. But it was very dormant. Like, the idea to make a remake was there, and the server just kind of sat there. We would like kick it a few times, like, hey, we should try this, or da-da-da. But it really like kicked into action like towards the end of 2024. Like, hey, we can actually like do this. And I made like a mock-up.
Yeah.
I can like send you the video, but I made like a mock-up
Yeah,
of the game.
and like
Start of Sussus Mugus. It's on the website. It's already been seen publicly, but just for like visual of what I'm talking about. And I made that little mock-up, and then we kind of just went from there, and we remade week 1. And for week 2 and onward, we have such crazy ideas that I just can't wait for people to see, because I don't think anyone can expect what we're gonna do. And I know that's crazy to say.
Yeah.
No one knows, bro. Oh, I'm so hyped.
Hey, and we'll keep it that way until you reveal it whenever you want to. So that is okay by me. And still, I want to keep going on the lines of Updog for a little bit before we dive into more of Legacy. What can we hope to expect in the future for the Updog reboot? as I put it down.
You can expect. Actually, you know what? Ethan, you answer this one. I'm curious what you'll say.
I think to expect is, you know, I mean, I don't know what I can say without giving it away, because you know, it's like a lot more. I don't know. It's very open. It's kind of like its own fan game than just like a mod or something.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
I think that's it's already been said, but you know, it's like its own little, very open. It's like a, I guess not really open world, but you know, it's something fun. It's just open, and it's a lot more to do than just normal FNF gameplay. That's what I'll really say.
100%. Yeah.
Because FNF gameplay, it's like it's a main core, but you know, it's not the only thing you'll do. But there's not anything that'll feel like there's like too little given into it. It's just still focused on FNF gameplay. I think everything just makes it feel like balanced, like its own thing.
Yeah.
While still being like an FNF mod at this part of it.
I was really impressed with a lot of Updog's new stuff, especially the music. Like, Ethan, I gotta give you credit where credit is due. You cooked on the music, man. I may be a little bit biased, but you know, I'm one of those people that supports your music career through and through. So now I wanted to dive into Legacy. So I am one of those people who get quite confused. Like, it's more specifically the story, but it was kind of left vaguely intentional as it originally was back then. But this was more of a question on my mind more than anything. But I was just curious: is there a canonical list of events on how the weeks of Legacy, like the current iteration of the mod, are supposed to be played out?
Okay, the thing with it, it's a mess. In Legacy, it's a mess, because
it's like kind of there, but then
in Updog we have a way better plan of what's going on. But my band-aid fix to how Legacy, it just doesn't make. With Legacy, the lore it came second. Like, we made the stuff because it was cool, and then we tried to connect it together. With Legacy, what I'll say is it's a bunch of different Among Us games. I guess week 1, 2, and 3 happen in order. The only thing that I don't really know about like the side stuff, like Henry, because Henry week has a loop back into week 1.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I noticed that a little bit.
I guess week 1, 2, and 3 happen, but I guess I don't know, because
branch after Henry.
Because week J happens too on its own, and so does the triple treble week. I guess there's no definitive timeline. I know you just asked for one, and that's the question, but it's up to interpretation.
Updog, it
will be different. There will be a very clear things will happen in a specific order. Also, the rules will work differently. You'll see. But yeah.
I could see how week 1 and 2 were initially, like, they were like one after the other. Like, I could understand that. But yeah, no, you answered my question perfectly, because I did have a follow-up in like what you would consider the time limit events is, and you kind of already explained like what you would consider for the most part in a continuation. So I don't need to elaborate on that. Like, the normal like week 1 through like if you go down the number list, then yeah, that's like how it is. But then I got confusing when it was Jar Sausage Jams, JADS week, Henry's week. Yeah, actually, speaking of Henry's week, what was it like working with Innersloth? That's actually one of my questions. Now that you bring it up.
So for V4, working with Interslot, it was pretty simple. We hit them up and we were like, hey, well, okay, we had contact with them before because for V3 we did a little with Turtle Pal Tapes, which is now a dead company, rest in peace. But they used to do FNF album physical releases, so we did a physical release for Imposter V3, and in order to do that, we needed the permission of Interslot because we had like a giant Among Us on the cover.
Yeah.
And they were perfectly chill with it. So we had contact with them from that. So I hit them up when we were doing the Henry Week because Ethan was struggling like making a chromatic because of how few
for Right Hand Man
clips were out of Right Hand Man. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we asked them and they were super chill and they just sent me like a RAR file of all of Right Hand Man's voice lines.
Wow.
And it was awesome. And again, we've worked with them afterwards for the plush.
Yeah.
Like muscle plush. And that
I
was a lot of fun.
love the plushes, dude.
And
Those are
fingers
insane.
crossed for more merch things in the future.
There is another thing I wanted to elaborate according to the story. So Black Imposter. I know this is it's gonna sound pretty obvious with where the question's gonna be, but like a lot of people have interpreted him, but also like based on the interviews that we as the FNF community has seen, and there could also just be like misleading things, but I was one of those people who thought he was kind of like this like EXE parasite. So I just wanted this question to kind of like elaborate on what is like the lore of Black Imposter in like a summary to more so like what he is. So my question is, does the EXE take, I put in quote unquote because there's many different interpretations, but that was the most common. Does the EXE take of Black Imposter still relevant to the legacy version of Versus Imposter, or do you guys plan on reinterpreting it for Updog when that time comes?
In Updog, it's definitely gonna be
different. it's definitely different. Yeah,
it's
okay.
a lot different. As for legacy, I guess. I mean, I personally wouldn't use the word EXE specifically, but I mean, it pretty much. I feel like it is what
it's like. It's like both. It's with the original Dozen Ideas. It's kind of like a parasite, but then he gets like powers.
Okay.
Just like some super
that come off like
in
some
the game.
EXE.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to clear that up for a lot of people who might have like gotten the wrong message. So because I was one of those people, so I wanted to hear it from you, as like you guys especially, because since you know like Black's lore, I just wanted to make sure like it was clarified, because a lot of people would probably be confused, especially because like Updog is, like you said, it's a reinterpretation basically of what Legacy was. That was one of the major questions I had to ask, just to make sure for everyone. Just going on to the bit of the gameplay, I didn't want to talk about this a whole lot because we don't have a whole lot of, well, it's only you guys, but I did notice when I did get a chance to watch the Legacy update that some of the songs had some noticeable changes here and there, but I just wanted to like name a few, and if you wanted to like give a clarified list, if possible, like without like, but this is just purely for Legacy. This has nothing to do with like Updog. Like I noticed that, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I think some songs got changes. Sabotage's, I think Sabotage got an instrumental update, and then what was the other one? Lights Down? I almost said Blackout for some reason, which is a misconception. Lights Down got an instrumental update. I obviously saw the Jurosase Jams music. Another one that I found that I think got changes was Drippy Pop, but that's the ones I noticed. But I just wanted to know what other songs got updated for Legacy specifically.
So I don't Sabotage.
I don't think any of my songs got updated. Maybe Drippy Pop. I think I probably re-exported the vocals.
No, I don't think you did, because I remember thinking you should, but I don't think I ever asked you.
Again, I just wanted to clarify that for people who also may have had the same ideas.
Yeah, so I think the current actual change list and we do have a change log in the mod, so this is also off the top of my head, so it might be wrong, but if you want to look at the actual change log, it's changelog.txt. It's in the mod, so for whoever's listening. But Mando and Oversight got updated to their hotfix versions. Danger got re-exported by Rareblin.
Yeah.
Defeat was re-exported by Rareblin, and Blackout was slightly changed by Seval. And Insane Ethan, you do this one because you're the big Insane Streamer person.
Yeah. Well, I guess someone just kind of accidentally like copied like an old version of an older work in progress of the instrumental for Insane Streamer.
Okay.
Both files, but I think it was just a mistake.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know it sounded different, but it's just like some parts of the instrument.
Yeah. I totally forgot to mention that Mando and Oversight got updates because I noticed it's like so they're so good, by the way. Like I have to mention that. Like
I love those
I love the versions 100%. This is the big one for me, but also for maybe some other people. Like what was the main reason to revive Double Trouble? The scrap song that was, I forget when it was first made.
I can answer this one.
But I was, yeah, I'm curious to know, like, what was, like, the main reason to bring it back.
Double Trouble has so much history. So you might know, it was originally planned for V3. So this song,
okay,
2021, super old. It was actually the first song we ever showed off for V3 as well.
Oh, okay.
It was our first teaser, and it ended up not making it just because, it wasn't part of the main week, so we weren't prioritizing on it, and B, we wanted to get out V3 as like a shadow drop for F3, so we rushed it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
By the end, and we didn't have time for the bonus song, which was made, but again, there wasn't much done for it. But this is when the fans started liking Double Trouble, and it became a fan favorite. Because back then, it was on accident. We were just stupid. We left the song fully in the files.
Oh no.
And they found it, right? And
yeah.
Immediately they grew attached to the song Double Trouble, right? So then we teased it for V4, right? The big return of the song that everyone missed. And then by the time V4 came out, it was literally the same thing. As in, we had a few days left, and we were like, yeah, guys, no one's really done art for Double Trouble yet, and we have so many other things that we're prioritizing above it. Let's give it the boo, because no one really was that attached to it. That's the thing. For a while, the song was pretty much only the fans were super attached to it, and so we kind of let it go a second time. And originally, it wasn't going to be in Legacy. It was around like a month and a half ago we decided to put it in. But basically, we were thinking like, hey, if there's one new thing in Legacy and everything else is old content, it would be really cool if the fans have been waiting for this song for so long. This is the last time they'll ever get like a big V4 update.
Yeah.
Let's put it in. Let's get Double Trouble ready for it. So then we did.
A lot of people, I want to say, were definitely like excited to see that, or just really happy that it finally made it in. Me especially. And then I did mention that in a conversation we had prior, that it sounded like very similar to the remaster back in 2023, and I'm pretty sure you kind of confirmed that's what it was based off of initially.
Yeah, it's based on that version.
On the topic of, would you guys, as like a dev team, consider bringing back some of the scrap songs that have been scrapped? I've just wrote down a couple examples. Like, it just doesn't matter what it is. I just wrote down Triple Kill, the monochrome cover, and Compromised Persona.
I think well, two of those songs kind of like explain themselves why they're scrapped, because they're just covers, and we're trying to do more of trying to keep less of the, it's not a real, like, maybe there'll be some cheeky reference to an old FNF thing, but not full covers just for jokes, unless it's a super duper Easter egg. And Compromised Persona it kind of just got, that's just identity crisis. Yeah, it just got was a name change, and then it just kind of it was just redone. Compromised Persona, it sounds like a V3 song, so I don't know.
Yeah, I remember a prior conversation that, yeah, Triple Kill didn't really kind of fit in with the rest of the mod. The monochrome cover got reworked into what we know as Esculent, which was, fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, that was made like, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like 3 days before the mod's initial release.
Oh yeah, bro. That one was tight.
That one was super tight. And yeah, then Compromised Persona was reworked into Identity Crisis. So yeah, that I didn't know if that one would get answered, but I just wanted to throw that one out there because me personally, I'm a little bit of a fan of these scrap songs. So, but that's okay. I'm okay if they're left kind of just in people's memories or as they stand. I don't know if you guys can answer this, but I wanted to just talk a bit about kind of just behind the scenes kind of stuff, more just working with certain people. I wrote down a couple names because I didn't want to go through the whole list, but I just wrote some important names down. But what was it like working with Saster? Probably one of the most legendary, in my opinion, FNF composers in our generation.
Well, I think it was pretty, because the first time I don't actually know how. I think Ike just had contact with Saster, and we just needed some some final songs for Triple Trouble, because Saster only worked on Triple Trouble in general.
Yeah.
Thought it would be interesting just to get a guest musician.
Yeah.
Just for one of them, and Heartbeat was the first to get done at all. I remember that. I still have that. There's a private SoundCloud
link to the old. Yep. Yes, bro.
Yeah.
I have that too.
There's that. I think I'm the only comment on that because I think I was like, bro, this is peak. I was like, and I'm looking back. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I really said that. But no, I thought it was really cool because I never really, I followed him, but I never had it's weird. It's being I never really talked. I interacted with him in the chat, but I didn't try and freak out because I was just because I was talking to him. We weren't really friends, we were more just mutual. It's a cool feeling just to be not anything any crazy glaze, but in the presence, it's just kind of cool.
Oh, you're telling me,
it's
man.
It's just interesting, and just seeing it's not even just their presence, it's just also seeing their work in progresses on it too.
Exactly.
Never really been there.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of interesting and having them contribute to something. He was very kind.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't awkward because he was actually very happy with a lot of the stuff that we were doing, and very happy to just work on all this 2 songs that make one of the best that I think when he started working on Sauce's Movies, I think that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, Sauce's
Movies.
Movies.
Sauce's Movies was nice, and Heartbeat was just beautiful.
I'm gonna just say this right now. I would kill to meet Saster any day of the week. I could not care less. Meeting Saster is probably one of my things, but it is really unfortunate. I don't know if you guys know this, or any of my audience knows this, but Saster has thought of retiring soon from making FNF music, if I'm not wrong, from what I know. Specifically for mods, I'm pretty sure he's still gonna work on the base game. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know the last time that he's really worked on a mod in general, besides something that he was directing. I mean, that kind of goes to the same for a lot of people who were doing this since the early beginning. I think that goes for the Impostor team, because we're not really working on stuff willy nilly. You see a mod post, and we just go to, it's just stuff with close friends, and just it's just whatever.
Oh, 100%.
It was very, very chaotic to just start going on a bunch of projects and just stressing yourself out over it. But that's why a lot of the original the people that look up to, or say the goats, or the original modders, who made the what's the word? It's not the standards, but the building blocks, the foundation of modding, getting it started. That started a lot of it's just like a lot of the original like people had like they still interact with FNF, but it's just like mods, just people just slowing down and just like now that it's not like just like a crazy fandom where it's just like it'd just be cool if this thing was like an idea, but it's like how do we like this would be cool, but let's actually like like take time and just like not just rush this mod just because it'll be popular like probably back in 2022 or anything would have been like really really crazy like blow up. But now it's like beautiful now, like the stuff that's blowing up now is like stuff that like has a lot of time into it, or like a dev team that like put like a lot of like heart into making like accurate if it's like something based off another franchise or just like a cool mod.
Yes.
With, like the skills that they learn now since over those like 4 years of modding in general. And also seeing base game getting updated and seeing the like getting inspired by their standards. Yeah, that's the word, standards. That's what I meant. Or if I already said that, I don't know. But like seeing the standards of base game in general and seeing how that game's doing from its early days, which is like a lot of mods were like very rough because everything was so simple. The game was so simple.
Now it's this crazy
it's like a little
like
bit of higher standard, and but it opens more doors for like some crazy stuff because it's not just a random little testing game or whatever. Now it's gonna be like people are making a whole bunch of projects, Imposter's like a whole fan game now. That's what I think is really like that's amazing. I think it's just taking time, actually being invested in it, being dedicated to it, and just doing it with friends. Just, off the whim for like any sort of like popularity or whatever.
Like you said, like it's doing it with your friends or with people that you definitely connect with a lot is what makes mods probably like one of the greatest things of all time, for sure.
It's also just easier.
And actually, I wanted to touch on another person on the dev team, but also like because when the April Fool's updates came out, what was it like working with JADS? Because I also, if I'm aware,
that's one of the bros.
JADS like, our guy, man.
Because Saster was like, it was a guess, but JADS was like, that was just like one of the
we just know JADS.
It's not like Saster was on like a very specific like little group chat because before it was a server, but he was there for a little bit just to watch stuff if he was interested. But he had his own like group. That probably like I'm not gonna assume it was probably corruption because I used to see. I don't know what Saster's whole friend group was. It definitely wasn't the Imposter one, but he didn't hint to just before was like its own friend group basically.
JADS hangs out.
I can't like
I still talk to JADS almost every day. So it's chill,
and everyone had connection.
Working with JADS is fun. He's great, man. He likes playing ring racers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what he does.
Yeah.
He was originally. I tried to get him to work on Tugas 2025, but there was just I saw him on ring racers, and I was like, oh.
Punkett, because now I'm pronouncing it correctly. I apologize to Punkett first of all because I'm pronouncing your name wrong for like the longest time. But that's actually one of the people I had listed as well. They are an amazing person, first of all, because they did work for Funk and Lullaby. I'm pretty sure that was before versus Imposter, but correct me if I'm wrong. But they are.
Actually, I think they were on Imposter first, like for V4 first.
Okay.
But I think V4 just took so long to come out that their songs for V4 came out after their songs for Lullaby.
Okay. Yeah. They're an amazing person in their own right. But I also had them down as like what was it like working with them? Now that I'm correcting myself.
It's kind of like the same thing with JADS where it's just like they were like they're just one of the friends. I mean, I don't even remember, not in a mean way, I just don't remember how I really met. I think I met Punkett through Imposter before, and there is another whole mod team that they also did work on, but it was something very like no one would have known about that I also met them through. but you know, it's just more they worked on because it was like between Imposter and this one other like personal project that never came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the name of it. But I think it was like a Garfield mod or something, or like a Family Guy mod. I actually know 2 Family Guy mods, so it was like between that one and that I met like Punkett through. But you know, they were nice. A lot of people were very different during that time. Like I don't know, it was like a lot of people like were in as not like different like in a bad like they were like. Let me like give an example. I know it's not about them, but like. There's this one of our good friends, Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, they were a completely different person in the early days of modding. They were like very timid. Like a lot of people were like, I don't know, people were like more shy. But you know, and like it was a lot of, it was like probably like a stressful time because like people like, even though FNF was so simple, people were like trying to like. People like thought it was like ride or die, bro. It's like you were gonna die.
Yeah.
Your mod out on time, or if it got leaked, or you thought ever like.
Oh yeah, that shit was
people
so
thought
serious
like
for
Funk
nothing.
you actually like had a hold on everyone. Everyone thought they were gonna die.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
You know, it just
nicer
now
now.
it's just looking back, it's just like it's not.
Come
It's
on,
like
guys.
like it just kind of sucks now.
Yeah.
But you know, people were like hyping up. FNF was like really popular, so of course it would be a lot if something got leaked. It's supposed to be a cool surprise, you know. But I don't really see it that much anymore. At least for like the group, like you know, the OGs, like because we're so close. Like you know, there's probably still stuff that like from 2022 still happening now. But you know, I'm just so tapped. Like a lot of people are just, everyone's just kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still tapped up with FNF, but you know, it's just everything's still.
We still chill with them. They just put out Stargazer. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Punkett's cool.
And
It's not
they
even
worked
something
on-
I think
they
about
recorded for
because
two-
it's just
yeah.
it's like
Because they're just our friend, yeah.
yeah, it's
kinda
like me. It's like asking me how was it to work with Ethan the Doodler, but just that's Ethan.
Well, that's actually a question.
Well,
Kinda like the same thing that happened with you. With like, how's it to work with Clowfoe? That's like when I was first on.
I'm asking these because like for me and probably many others in the FNF communities, I've always curious behind the scenes like how composers or directors or artists like how they like do they interact with each other. Like obviously they do like through your work, like line of work, but like outside of that, like what's like I'm just curious what's it like because I personally, like, at one point I was considering doing an FNF mod, I'm not gonna lie, but that ship has sailed for me because I was a little bit too ambitious. What was it like working with Rozebud?
I love Rozebud. Rozebud's great. I visited him a couple months ago. Like, we're tight. Like, we're all really, really tight.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Rozebud's awesome. It's great to work with him. He's a little grumpy, and he's gonna get mad at me for saying that on this. But he's a little grump. But
Yeah.
I love Rozebud. He's great, man.
Yeah, like he's another one of the composers I also follow. Like, no offense, Ethan. Like I try my best to follow every composer to my best knowledge when it comes to their FNF music. But yeah, no, Rozebud has also kind of like influenced my taste in music for sure when it comes to FNF music. Are any like, because I know you just released on top of Legacy the DLC week. The first one is. I assume there will be other ones if so. I don't know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Like
Okay.
from us, I don't know.
Okay.
Like maybe some of the dev team will like like
their own
there'll be
little-
there'll be people on the team like making their own little stuff just to release for people, but not something that you'll expect on the we'll probably retweet on like Impostor account because it's like, you know, we're all friends, but nothing to be, like take it like as like lore or whatever for Legacy. It's just like DLC stuff. It's just like people can make, and since people can make so many of their own DLCs, it's not like everything
Yeah.
is canon or whatever. It's just fun stuff.
Actually, you basically just answered my question because it was like, are any or all of the DLC weeks going to be technically canon? But yeah, no, you basically answered my question. You kind of just said it. They're all kind of just like their own thing. Just to clarify, Triple Threat, one of the DLC songs, had nothing in correlation to do with Triple Kill. It was just a coincidence that
It does.
Oh, it does. Okay.
It's kind of like I mean,
It's just not a cover of Triple Trouble.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Yeah.
It's like that's the closest to triple kill that will happen in the mod. That's
Okay.
basically a replacement. It's like how Monochrome to Escalent, triple kill. To
Okay. I didn't want to assume. I just was gonna say like, I just thought it was a coincidence that all three of them were there. So I'm glad that you clarified that though. So it basically is.
It's kind of like how Monotone Attack is like
Skinny Nuts, yeah.
God damn it! I was gonna say that. God damn it!
Okay, I
was laughing through it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was trying my damn hardest not to say that specific song because I knew like from all this stuff I researched, like it was an old joke, and I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't know if you guys wanted me to.
It's fine, bro. You can mention it.
Okay, well, well, that's why I didn't mention it under the scrap song, because I knew that one was gonna come up eventually. But for sorry, I almost said clown. Clowfoe's sake, what was your favorite thing to do during just at any period of time during the development of Versus Imposter?
I like really like whenever something challenges me, programming wise. So I think right now, just my favorite thing I've even done for Versus Imposter ever is the whole everything in Sussus Tugus, because it's kind of like Sussus Tugus. I mean, we had help from a lot of other people,
yeah,
and stuff, but most of like the core, it's kind of crazy. Most of the core Sussus Tugus, like most of the art is Ethan, and then most of the programming was me. The only thing I had help with was just setting up. Dusky helped me set up symbol swapping and how that worked. But once they set that base stuff, I kind of spent like that entire month. I just was working, getting it, like adding new stuff, figuring it out. The Sussus Tugus code like file, it's like a 1,000 line HX file just for the song. It was a lot of work, but I'm so very proud of how it came out. I don't really like, and that's like, I could have asked for help. We have so many people on the team in the program, and I could have asked for help at a lot of times, but I kind of just kept to it because I had like such a specific vision of how I wanted to look in my head.
Yeah.
And it was a big challenge, a lot of fun, and people love it, so I'm really happy with that.
For Ethan's interpretation of the question, what was your favorite song to do, like to work on during the development of Versus Imposter? And this could just be like, again, during any time of development.
I'm just clicking pencil, like thinking, because.
Yeah,
like,
no, take your time, because I know this is gonna be hard for you.
It was like I was. Well, it's not like it's hard. It's just like, it's not like I'd have to separate it, because I'd have to be like back in the day, I probably thought working on like something like any of the old songs. Like I probably had a blast working on all of the old songs in Legacy. Like before, I'm just gonna call it Legacy, and then I'm just gonna call Updog Versus Imposter. Legacy, like it was like a whole different time period. So it's not like I can look back and it's like, oh, that was so much fun. But I had like way more. I'm like I had way more fun like now working on Tugus. So it's just like I'd have to split it up by the era. Like back in the day, I thought working on like, you know, just all the Legacy songs, and like I think working on Henry like back in the day actually was probably like my best part.
Yeah,
like, I had to do so much for it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I was doing a lot, and it's kind of that same way for Versus Imposter instead of just Legacy. But you know, because I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still directing a lot of Henry. But you know, working on like going back and making stuff like now that I can make stuff even crazier, or like we have like the technology and the skill set to do like cooler stuff with like the higher standards of like modding for us and like what we want to do. I think it's fun. It's fun to just work on like the original stuff, but like not just like remaking it, like just making like a cover. Even though like week 1 was kind of like that, but you know, how can you change week 1?
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a little ease in. I want to say tutorial because
yeah, no, it gets difficult pretty quick. I'll tell you that much. No, many people already know that it is quite a difficult mod. Me personally, I used to play. When I played V3, I got stuck on Sabotage.
The next version of Updog, I do want to have a lot more accessibility stuff. So even if you're not good, you can still beat it and experience most of the content. Most of it.
Usually mods don't have a difficulty setting, which is like one of the things like when I was like, oh, if I'm making an FNM mod, there's gonna be different difficulties. But then I realized like that's why they don't make it in the first place for mods, because that takes way longer for the charting and possibly the composing. Because just for an example, I don't know if you guys are aware of the Indie Cross mod that is teasing at the moment. That's coming out at some point. There's the song Last Reel had 2 different versions, one for easy and normal, and then hard got the version that you know on the album for Indie Cross. So I see why that could like cause issues like for development time. So I understand why that wasn't made as of like mods to this day. So, but yeah, no, that sounds amazing that you're planning like, heck, you're already for accessibility. You're doing freaking translations in pretty much most languages.
Oh, that
like,
is true.
That is super hardcore. I love that because like I've never seen any mod do that, especially like I don't even think the base game has ever done that, like anything like.
No, they don't have that yet. I think that's planned, but it's not in the game yet.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I love that you plan to do that. Okay, my last question, did you ever like in general, as this is more of like a dev team question, but obviously not everyone's here, which is okay, but did you guys ever think that versus Imposter would as a whole, like both Updog and Legacy, would become as big as it is today, if not for anything in general?
I could not have imagined this.
Well, I was kind of a fan during V3. I was just recruited to do like one girlfriend sprite for V3, but I saw the crazy potential. Like I remember there's this old video because I used to be in the Mono server, which is a chart of Meltdown. It's like, I like the song. Meltdown kind of influenced my early FNM because sometimes I just kind of copied songs.
Meltdown, okay.
I did that for a lot of early stuff. Even though it wasn't like crazy, I still had a lot of fun. It just gave me motivation. It's something I'm really proud of. Like right now, it's just it helped me dominate.
Yeah. Like
I think definitely when we're working on V4 and all the stuff we had planned, you know, I don't think any of it would have gone the waste. I think a lot of people would have seen like all the content we have, even if people didn't like. People see it like now, it's like, oh, it's kind of rushed. I still had a lot of fun, and since Updog's happening, we can really make it like more comprehensible to the average player and like FNF fan, or like modder, or even Imposter, just Imposter fans. Even if they can't play, just something cool, just to watch a game.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I saw that it seems like it was made perfectly in a lot of areas. Obviously, like some areas were polished, some areas had like you could see that there could be more work to be done. But in my eyes, like regardless of how far it was gonna go, I like no matter what, like even up to V4, I was like this is really like a huge like thank you to, and also a send off to FNF fans, Among Us fans, and anyone who just enjoys like the people who made it. So, which to me is like really awesome, but also just like a whole lot of other things. But yeah, no, that I also didn't expect it to blow up because at the time Among Us was kind of the joke game of the year for a while, but then it slowly regained popularity as you said. So yeah, I think I would say the repopularity of Among Us definitely helped out in your favor to like keep making content for the mod. So yeah, but that was all the questions I actually had, surprisingly, for how long it's been. But was there anything you guys wanted to mention before I end this?
Nothing in specific, but thank you so much for having us.
No, thank you guys. Like, seriously, like I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, I was not expecting to do an interview, not just for me, but for just everyone that is currently, hopefully, are going to play freaking Legacy and Updog. I hope out of this whole interview, because like it's such an amazing mod. Like, from where it's been like 5 years in the making is insane for how much content 3 hours worth is.